Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Which Way 101. So we are doing our live stream readings, and first of all, I do not have rights to the music in the background. It just happens to be a beat that I really, really love, and I tend to go ahead and have it on every I go ahead and do a video. So I wanted to continue on our Tarot Tuesdays and whatnot. And I wanted to be able to go ahead and do the live stream tarot readings like we were. So I wanted to get this done a little bit earlier, but life happens, things in life happen. You know how that goes. Do not be surprised if you hear barking or anything crazy in the background. We have company that is due to come at like pretty much any time right now. So yeah, it's definitely been a very active day for me so far today. But be that as it may, we are still here. We're all still here. I made sure to bring out my Namaste cards and everything. So without further ado, let's get this started. I even have brought out a new deck of tarot cards. I picked this up as a birthday present to myself, and they came in actually really freaking early. So good morning, Apex. How are you doing today? We're doing our live stream tarot readings. I'm attempting to do a Tarot Tuesday every Tuesday. So yeah, we're here, we're doing this, and yeah, I was showing off my new cards. These are the back of them. I love them. They're very, very pretty. And I've already broken them in. It is a very gentle deck. It is a very lovely, gentle deck. And so I've been highly in love with this deck since getting it because it's a very nice, gentle deck. Yeah, yeah. And I always think that like breaking news to people is always nicer when it's from a nicer deck. Like I've got decks that will sit here and be like, nope, this is the information. That's all you're gonna get, and so I just find it nicer to do that. And this is actually the front or the back of the deck, I should say, the back of the card case carrier, and that's the front. And I've got an obsession with eyes, so that's kind of what drew me to these cards right here, was because I saw the eyes on the back and I was like, gotta have it, gotta have it. So Apex, since you've actually never been here for a live reading, the first thing I always do before I even start shuffling my cards is I light up sage. Okay. I'm actually not using my normal stick because it's right here. It is right here. It's just it kind of burned a heck of a lot. So rather than having a whole bunch of it burn, I went ahead and I took some of it out and whatnot. So we're going to actually see how that works, because normally it's pretty good about smoking up and whatnot, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you actually do need to have the stick in there, which is fine. It's fine because it still has the same properties and whatnot that we're trying to go for, which is purification. We don't want any of our cards to carry any of the negative energies from one reading to another. So we purify our cards so that way we know that the reading that we're getting is very, very accurate. And yes, that is a cat in the background. Long story short, I took a cat out of a bus today. Long story short. But anyways, like I said, we purify our cards so that we do not get any negative energy in there. And it's kind of funny. The cat's name is actually Magic Spell. I didn't name her. I did not name her at all. She yeah, I I couldn't see an animal be euthanized because a vehicle was getting towed, so I rescued the cat. I just, can't do it. Good morning, Jen. How are you doing today? So yeah, we purify our cards, and yeah. Actually, Apex, since you're here and since you're the first one who showed up, let's do a reading. We do a 3-card draw reading, past, present, and future. Will not answer any relationship questions, legal questions, medical questions, anything like that. And if you do want a love reading, I have a deck for that. But I prefer that to be a private reading because nobody really needs to know what's going on in other people's love lives. In my personal opinion, I believe that that is a private thing for everybody, you know? So past that, let's get a reading going. And for those of you who can't actually see where Apex is at, we're going to show his comment right there. There he is. I'm still actually getting used to StreamYard, so I'm still getting used to the whole let me go ahead and show people and show comments and stuff. So yeah. But we are doing a regular 3-card draw on you, Apex. We want to know what is going on. What is going on with Apex? What is going on with Apex? Now, these are glean over videos. I will not go into a whole lot of detail with them because first of all, they are free. And second of all, I'm still learning. And third of all, I don't think everybody's information should be put out there like that. It's just one of those things. Ooh, we've already got one card flipping. Have you been feeling like it's not necessarily financial strain in the past, but you've definitely been struggling? And from our previous conversations, that actually makes sense with your past being kind of not necessarily just a struggle, but a financial struggle too. Kind of like you've been left out in the cold for something. And it really makes sense with what has been going on with you lately. So this was your first card. It happens to be the 5 of Pentacles. And as you can see, this is in the past position. So when I see this card here, hang on, let me turn this off right there. When I see this card right here, I always see two people. They're traveling, they're struggling, their clothes are kind of torn up and ratty. You've got one person with a stick right here trying to help them walk. And then you got this person right here, literally missing a shoe. They're missing a shoe. It's snowing out. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it does make sense when I stop and think about it, with what I know about you. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and find out what's passing right now. What's going on right now? What is, ooh, we've already got 2 cards that flipped over. Oh, that makes sense. Oh my goodness, sweetheart, this makes sense. So the Hermit is in the right side position. So it's right side up, okay? The Hermit to me always indicates a wise man, somebody who's trying to look out for the best option, somebody who is actually trying to go ahead and sit there and become wise. They are trying to learn. They are trying to learn new things and figure things out. And they are not going to go ahead and take one step in any direction until they know every single option, which is beautiful. It's beautiful, especially because you've got the Magician card right after that. So this Magician card is your future card. So when I see the Magician, I've always thought that the person who gets the Magician, it's literally how it sounds. You can pull a magic trick out of nowhere and everybody around you will be like, what the heck just happened? Is this really like, did this really just happen? But this card indicates that you have that ability to do it. You have the ability to go ahead and sit there and pull a magic trick out of your sleeve, which makes sense with the Hermit going through right now. So when I read it together, it sounds like you went through a lot of financial struggles or struggles in general in the past that have left it to where you yourself are trying to go ahead and find that balance, which is where this Hermit card comes in handy right now. You are looking at the situation, you are figuring stuff out, you are learning new things, you know, and you're not going to go ahead and let other people dictate what is going on. And the Magician card is the end result. You will be able to pull those magic tricks out of nowhere because of the fact that you have stopped, you've studied, and you've learned. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense actually. So yeah, we won't go any further into that reading, but I like how that came out. That looks like a very positive reading to me. You'll have to let me know how that turns out, Apex. I'm very excited about that. That is awesome. But yeah, so now because we are done with that reading, again, we smudge our cards because we do not want any of the energies passing from one reading to the next. And when you're doing loose leaf burning of anything, please make sure to use a safe container. This is abalone shell. It works great for high heat. I, however, do not recommend leaving it on your computer or anything that could potentially melt because they do get really hot. And if you are using loose leaf, don't blow very hard because otherwise you're going to get everything everywhere. And, I mean, that's just a mess that nobody wants to deal with. And you're still going to have that mess no matter what. You're always going to have that kind of a mess. But yeah, so we're purifying and clearing the cards of any of our energies that have stuck on there from the reading from Apex. Now, other people might not know, Jennifer is my mom channel, so she helps me make sure that none of the trolls can come in and whatnot. So I will not be doing any sort of reading on her. Um, but that's again so that I can concentrate on the reading at hand to worry about what is going on. You know, it makes life a lot easier and a lot more simple to just be able to say, okay, let me do my thing. I'm so not used to a cat being here. Just for the record, I'm so not used to a cat being here. I'm used to dogs being here. Normally, my dog is sitting right there, but currently, my dog is on my bed guarding her bone because, cats like bones. At least in her doggy brain, they do. But I mean, she's pretty. She's definitely a pretty kitty. So I mean, I really can't complain there. Sorry, I'm just so not used to there being a cat there. That is just so weird to me. And she keeps moving, and it keeps catching my eyes because, again, I'm so used to my dog being there. Oh, also, on another note, I did end up buying a new webcam mainly for my live stream so that way you guys could actually see the board that I use. This board specifically for my tarot readings because I feel that if you're going to go ahead and do a tarot reading, you should have a pretty board to do it on, you know? And so this is the galactic fabric that I found that I thought was just really pretty. It's got all these stars on it and planets and blues and pinks and purples, and it's just gorgeous. And you can somewhat see my crystals on here. I might have to move them in a little bit, like that pile right there. Nice little pile of crystals going on. And then I've got another pile over here, but you can't really see because my name is taking it up. Oh, that is an interesting question. So, a friend of mine got put in jail and they called me up yesterday and I was getting ready to do a video for my channel and I was getting ready to put all my notes together and start dinner and everything else so that I could have my video done before midnight and have it uploaded before midnight. Well, anyway, so my friend calls me from jail and he's like, yeah, so I'm in jail and I need you to pick up my bus. And I threw my keys at a fence line and blah, 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 blah. So for like 2 hours before this live stream happened, I was looking all around where that bus was for a pair of extra keys. There were no keys there. Anyways, so being the awesome friend that I am, this guy went ahead and gave me a spare key to the bus. So I was able to get inside of the bus and I noticed the cat in there. And I know that if the bus gets impounded before my friends are actually able to pick it up, which they're currently on their way to me. So, like I said, this has been a very busy day. They're currently on their way to me right now to pick up the keys from me to move the bus elsewhere so that it doesn't get towed or impounded or anything like that. But I knew that if they were not able to get to the bus before that deadline time, that cat would have been euthanized because there's no way that a tow yard is going to allow a cat to live inside of a bus. I don't care where it is. So I went ahead and I found, and this might sound cruel, but it was the only thing that I could find. I found this big, huge container for Tupperware. It was clear and plastic. And so I put her in the box, and I grabbed her litter box, and I grabbed her food, and I grabbed her cat litter, and I brought her here. Because I cannot see a cat being euthanized for no reason. And from what I've been told, this cat, and from what I've been shown, this cat is a great mouser, which is perfect because I live on a farm. So I figure worst case scenario is that there might be a few less mice around here. Maybe, who knows? Um, it's still something I'd have to go ahead and talk to my boss about to make sure that it's okay to keep her. So far, we might have a home for her, but personally, I'd rather keep her. It's not necessarily that I'm a cat person, and it's not necessarily that I'm a dog person, but I like animals. I love animals. Animals are very innocent. They remind me of children. And I didn't want her to go ahead and go to a pound or be euthanized or anything like that. I did not think that it was appropriate considering she's an innocent being. And so she's here right now, laying down on my blanket that I made. Um, she seems content. I mean, I've picked her up a few times, and I've played with her a few times, and she's definitely got a purr on her. She's a purr bag, that's for sure. She also seems like a little bit of a cuddle bug, so that's kind of nice. I think so. She's a little small for her age though, so that's kind of concerning. So I might just have to go ahead and see what I can do to make her grow. Do you think Miracle Grow would work? No, no, Miracle Grow would not work. And I'm just I'm totally joking. I would never do that to any animal. Um, but yeah, no. So I think that a little bit. But yeah, so it's like I said, it's been a very active day for me today. And it's only going to get more active because it's 5:47 p.m. over here. And I know that my boss has his live stream to do, and I've got dinner to make and the dogs to feed, and so the day is never done. The day is never ever done. And I might end up popping up on Apex's live stream later on today through Sick Pat, because that is the channel that he goes through, and that's how I know him. But yeah, this is actually the first live stream that Apex has ever come to on mine. He's watched them afterwards, but I think this is the first time it's been early enough for him to actually stop and be able to watch them. Because normally all the live streams are towards the evening time, towards the way later evening time, or they start right about now. I just kind of wanted to get this started because I wanted to do it earlier today, but I slept way too late. So I had to go ahead and get my happy butt out to where the bus is at. And yeah, definitely an interesting day. Ooh, medicated red lobster, cheddar biscuit. Oh, where, wait, where's my plate? Where's my plate? I want a plate. Where's mine? That sounds amazing. Like, where's mine? I want it. I mean, y'all, look at this. Like, I want it. That sounds amazing. That sounds absolutely amazing. Like, oh, I want it. But yeah, so this is actually the third live stream I've done on my own channel. Third live tarot readings I've ever done on my channel and whatnot. And so this is all still new to me. It's still picking up for me. I plan on doing them for about an hour each time. But to be honest, if we don't go ahead and get a whole bunch of people or even a few more people in here by the 30-minute mark, I'm probably going to go ahead and cut this live stream short and just do a second tarot reading live stream later on in the week. And that way I can just go ahead and split them up and whatnot. Oh, I bet they are. I bet they're amazing. I bet they taste so yummy. I've actually got some salmon in the freezer that was caught up in Alaska, and it is just a beaut, absolute beauty. And so I'm waiting to go ahead and slow cook it because it's going to be amazing. But I need friends around me to help me eat it because my boss is not a fan of salmon. And so I'm just like, but this is supposed to be like the bestest salmon on the planet. It's supposed to be all sorts of yummy. And yeah. So I think I'll end up making a trip out to Jennifer's and having me and her get together and whatnot and do that together. And yeah, because that'll be fun. I'm not sure yet. I haven't fully made the plans yet because life happens and you never know. I figure it'll stay good in the freezer. It's in one of those airtight bags and whatnot. So, and it was caught like a month before it was brought out here. So that makes me really excited because it is still nice and fresh and yummy. And yeah, but I figured we can go ahead and do the slow cook thing or even the smoke it thing or whatever. And either way, it's going to be amazing. I'm excited because I normally don't really eat salmon all that often. It's not that I don't like it. I do. It's just that 99% of the time, the people around me don't like salmon. They find it to be too rich. It is, however, one of the few seafoods that I do enjoy. So one of those things where it's like, okay, I will go ahead and I will spoil myself and I will eat this. Hopefully not by myself. You know I would, girl. You know I would get you. You would have to join me for it because like everybody else around me seems to hate salmon. And I know that you love salmon. So, I mean, it sounds like a match made in heaven, in my opinion. I mean, I'm just saying. It sounds like a match made in heaven. But yeah, actually, come here, little girl. Come here. So this is Magic's. She's a little tiny thing, but she's so pretty. She's just so pretty. Huh, yeah. And she's just a sweetheart. She's just loves. But I really don't want you on my table right now, sweetheart. But yeah, she's a cutie pie, isn't she? I love her. She's adorable. I don't even know this cat and I love her already. Like you like your sister from another mister's chair. Rosie, you might have some fighting to do over that chair. Okay, darling, we will catch you later. Good morning, David. How are you doing today? And Apex, don't be surprised if I show up on your channel later on tonight. How are you doing today, David? I am doing great. We are doing live tarot readings, as you can see. Are you up for a reading? Because as you know, we've been doing the Tarot Tuesdays, and I've been trying to get on a schedule for Tarot Tuesday. So, and we've already done a reading for Apex. And Jennifer, I will not do readings for because she is actually my moderator. She is my moderator in my YouTube channel, so that way I do not have to worry about any trolls or mean people or anything like that. You know what I mean? I can just concentrate on my viewers and I can concentrate on my readings, which is what needs to happen when you're doing a tarot reading. You got to concentrate on these cards, baby. I have no clue what I just did. I tried hiding that and then it went to something. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm still new to the live streaming thing. Well, I believe that we are going to be doing a tarot reading for David. So anyways, David, how are you doing? How are you doing? What have you been up to lately? I know that work has been crazy lately. Life has just been crazy lately. Everything has been crazy lately, I tell you. And the crazier part is that there's still a cat in my camera. so weird. Sorry, I'm so not used to there being a cat around. Oh, nice. You got a second job. That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh, good morning, Jackie. How are you doing today? So we are doing 3-card draws, past, present, and future. I will not go into full-blown detail about a lot of stuff because these are just glean over tarot readings. If you want a more in-depth tarot reading or a one-on-one tarot reading, love tarot, check out my link down below for my Patreon account. And yeah, if you would like to donate or support this channel, you are more than welcome to go ahead and click on the PayPal link below as well. But yeah, so I don't do live readings for love readings on any sort of live stream or anything like that. I do personal. I will not answer legal questions, medical questions, stuff like that. First of all, those can get me into a lot of trouble. Second of all, I just don't think that they're appropriate. Uh, it's sorry, legal matters have never been my thing as far as like doing readings are concerned. But yeah, let's go ahead and get David's reading started. Let's see what's going on with David. First of all, though, David, we have to purify our cards. And the reason why, and I'm actually taking small pieces off of my smudge stick because the last time I had it burning, like I didn't necessarily almost start a fire, but I swear I almost did. Like, so it would not stop burning. It was burning for like 30, 45 minutes. And that was just nuts. It was absolutely crazy because I kept putting it out and putting it out and it wouldn't go out. And it was really freaking nuts. Like I cannot explain it. But yes, let's go ahead and get some sage going over here so that way we can purify these cards. And we purify these cards of any negative energies. Yes, Jackie, you can go after David. Of course you can. I'm sorry. I try to do it by order of who comes in so that way I don't miss anybody. The only person that I will not be doing is Jennifer, and that's because she's my moderator. So we purify these cards of any and all negative energies. We do not want anything like that connecting to the next reading. That's never fun. It can completely make the outlook and the reading different, so we don't want that. Okay. What is going on with David? What is going on with David? Now, I let the cards fly. If a card falls out, that is your card. What is going on with David? What is going on with David? What is going on with David? Let's find out. What is going on with David? 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 Wow, David, your cards are hard to pull right now. Normally I get them jumping out within the first couple of shuffles. What is going on with David? What is going on with David? What is going on with David? What is going on with... Ooh, we've already got 2. Okay. So, how they fell out? Oh, okay. So, Ace of Wands popped up in your past position. When I see the wands, I always think of not always necessarily emotional stuff, but it is always... Ooh, you got 2. Okay, you got 4 cards that popped out. When I see the Ace of Wands in an upright position, this is in your past position, it makes me think that like your creativity and your drive it's been so up there. It's been crazy up there. And what's going on right now is the Tower, which is it kind of makes sense because the Tower dictates a lot of change, a lot of movement, a lot of stuff is going on right now for you. And some of it can be good and some of it can be bad. Uh, and I mean, when you look at the tower is burning. You've got people jumping out, you've got people jumping ship. Okay. Now, that could be people in your life. It could be things that you're trying to do. It could be uh, different things that are going on in your life that are just not coming to fruition the way that you want them to go. Okay. Now, you've actually got two future cards right now, which I'm okay with both of them because they're both pentacles. They both, to me, they bode very, very well. Okay. So the very first card that you got in your future position was a 5 of Pentacles. You're still going to struggle financially. Okay. You're going to financially struggle. There's going to be some hurt and some pain. And it's really weird because I just pulled this card for Apex too when I did his reading, and I didn't notice it that time, but I'm noticing it this time. This guy actually has a broken leg. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that in the card. Like, he's got a broken leg, and he's got two canes that he's using, or crutches that he's using to help keep himself upright. But they're still going. Okay, they're still making it. They're still doing something. Okay, that you might have a few financial struggles, but honestly, because I see the 10 of Pentacles right after that, I don't see it as that big of a financial struggle. I see it as sort of a stepping stone to where you're going to. Um, and because it's upright, it also tells me that it's in a good way, because so you only get 10 pentacles in your deck. Okay. You only get 10. This is the highest number you can go for pentacles. Okay. And so to me that speaks a lot of abundance. So I would definitely go ahead and watch what's going on as far as the tower is concerned, because you've got some people that are willing to bail. But if you can go ahead and at least stay firm and steady in what you're doing, I do believe that it'll work out brilliantly for you. I do truly believe that it will. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse our cards, and then we are going to get right on to Jackie's reading. Okay. Now, I cleanse my cards in a way where I smudge them and then I shuffle them and then I'll smudge them again. You know why? Because you better be on the safe side. Always better to be on the safe side, especially when it comes to purifying. Oh, we are already out. So let's go ahead and grab some more sage. Let's actually grab a stick in there. Let's go ahead and grab some of this right here. Sorry, like I said, my sage stick decided to burn for like ever the last time I did a reading, and as much as I kept trying to put it out, it didn't want to go out. So it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. So I just said, you know what? This time we're just going to go ahead and take leaves off of it, and we're going to burn it like it is. Um, I couldn't figure out anything else to do, to be honest, because I was like, well, I don't want to sit here and burn up all my sage, because a particularly white sage is actually an endangered plant. And so I didn't want to go ahead and sit there and risk um, having to buy more when it's already hard enough to go ahead and get this plant to grow as it is. So that's why I decided to do this. Now, that being said, you don't have to just use white sage to purify your cards or purify your home. You can use any sage that you can find in the garden, at the grocery store. It doesn't matter. Wherever it is, you can pick it up. Okay. It is your intention behind it that is what counts. So we purify these cards of any and all negative energies, any and all negative influences. Okay, time to shuffle them, and then we will purify them again and get right on Jackie's reading. Okay. I want to make sure that I get as accurate as possible. And if that means that I'm over purifying my cards, good for me. At least I know I've gotten an accurate reading, or at least as accurate as I can personally get it. And I do believe that that is very important. Okay, now we're going to purify. I'm ready for Jackie's reading. We purify these cards of any and all negative energies, any and all negative entities. They will not follow us into the next reading. They will have nothing to do with the next reading. Okay. Jackie, what is going on with Jackie? What is going on with Jackie? Ooh, we've already got a card flip now. The Empress. Okay. So this Empress is actually in your past position, Jackie. And when I see the Empress, I think of a woman who has it all. I think of a person who has it all. Okay. I think that when I see the Empress, she is lush. She's got a beautiful, great giant dress on. She's got a wonderful seat to sit in. You know, she's got this shield right here, which I don't know if any of you guys know this, but most shields that look like this actually reminds me of a Ouija board. Um, have and I've never actually, and it's really strange because some things I notice on certain readings and other things I don't. Um, and you don't have to answer this, Jackie. Does your intuition have something to do with why I feel as though with this particular Emperor's card, you've had it all? Like your intuition has saved your butt a few times. Which wouldn't surprise me because the Empress, to me, when I see the Empress, I do think intuition, I think stability, I think everything is going great because of all the success that I've always seen with the Empress. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and continue this reading for Jackie. What is going on with Jackie? What is going on with Jackie? Let's see here. What is going on with Jackie? What is going on? Ooh. What is going on with Jackie? Ooh, almost had a flipper. What is going on with Jackie? 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 What is going on? I really want to know, and these cards are just as hard to get flipped as David's were. That's kind of funny. What is going on with Jackie? What is going on with Jackie? Ooh, I got a kitty cat exploring. Sorry, I'm still not used to having a cat around here. What? Ooh, we've already got another card. There we go. Oh. So this is the Eight of Wands. Do you have a lot of creativity going on right now? Like, I wouldn't say in overabundance, but almost. Um, there's because your Eight of Wands is what's passed over. Rosie, she's fine. Leave her alone. Sorry, my dog is checking out a cat that I rescued today, and neither one of them know what to think of each other. But yeah, I see a lot of creativity in this Eight of Wands. I think that right now you might not necessarily be having an abundance or overflow of creativity, but you definitely have something going on that is either making you pick up a pen or paper or pencil and paper or even paint. Maybe even photography or video editing or stuff like that, anything that can be considered artistic. And art is technically in the eye of the beholder, so don't let anybody judge that. Just keeping it real. But yeah, I feel like you've got a lot of that going on right now too. So yeah, that's actually really good. Um, And both of these cards have water in them. When I see water, I always think emotions. So I kind of wonder, it goes right back to the intuition thing. It makes me think that a lot of stuff that you do in your life has a lot to do with your intuition, which is never a bad thing. Never, ever a bad thing. Your intuition is what can save you. And your future card happens to be the Six of Cups in reversed. Okay. Cups reversed, I always think people have put out more than what they're getting, whether it be financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. Um, Darling, I think that you might need to slow down because you might be investing something emotionally that could potentially harm. And it's even really weirder because, like I said, the other two cards have water in them, which makes me think that it's your intuition that helps you succeed in life. Um, but I mean, with 6 cups all being upside down and reversed, I can't help but think that you might want to go ahead and not necessarily put your intuition on hold, but you might want to hold some stuff back just for yourself to help protect yourself. Okay. I don't say that or mean that in any mean or negative way. Life does happen, and there's no controlling what happens in life. It is what it is. However, I do truly believe that you might want to save something emotionally for yourself. Um, and it might not even be emotionally, it might just be holding back on going through a date or holding back on telling somebody this is how you feel. And the only reason why I say that is because I do think that with that last card being the reverse Six of Cups, you've got a lot of people that are vying for your time, your energy, your attention, your something. It's up to you as to whether or not you want to give it. Good morning, Virginia. How are you doing today? I know, I see that. We just finished off Jackie's tarot reading, and I'm on here for another a little over 15 minutes. If you would like one, I can give you one. We are doing basic 3-card draws. I actually have to purify her cards right now. Well, my cards, but I have to purify the cards from the reading. And the reason why we purify them in between every single reading is because we do not want any of the negative energy to go from one reading to the next. And any sage will work. I'm just currently using what I have on hand, which is white sage. So yeah. So we purify them, and then I shuffle them and all that good fun stuff, and then I will purify them again, and we will get right onto your reading. So I've been trying to schedule this to do a Tarot Tuesday, so that way every Tuesday I go live and I do my tarot readings. Came out a little bit later than what I was planning or expecting or even wanting earlier, but long story short, there's now a cat in my room. Very long story short. Hi. Oh, are you trying to get over here? Oh, come on. It's okay. Hi. Oh, you can't come up here. She's a pretty kitty, though. She is. She's a really pretty kitty. No, you can't come up here. You can't come up here. You're pretty and you're cute, but you're not allowed up here. That's where I want to go, is what she's saying. And yo, she's not my familiar, okay? I just kind of pulled her out of a bus. So be careful when you're blowing on any sort of loose leaf sage, the ashes. Ouch! Oh my goodness. Girl, you cannot be trying to get on my table like this. This is not going to work. You go here. Stay. No, stay over there. Stay. This kitty cat wants to be on this table really bad. So again, we're purifying the cards. Yo, she really does, David. She wants that close up. But we are purifying the cards for Virginia's reading. And we are doing a basic 3-card draw. We will not be answering any love questions, health questions, legal questions, anything like that. No need for trouble. And love tarot readings, I'd rather do one-on-one, which you can find all that in the description below. So let's go ahead and get this reading started. What is going on? Virginia, you've already got cards flying out, girl. Oh my goodness. Ugh. And they're falling to the floor. But both of them are right side up. Oh. So that's a good thing. So you got the 9 of Cups right side up in your past position. You've been given a lot of emotional support and abundance. You've also given it out a lot. So on a normal 3-card draw, these last 3 would not be here, but they flew out. And I've always been of the mind that if the card flies out, it's time for a reading. So that being the case, you've also got the 6 Pentacles, okay? Now, as you can see in this card, this person is giving money to the poor. He's got a scale in one hand over by my thumb. So another person down over there begging for money. Now, when I see a card like that, that tells me that you've got a lot of people trying to not only beg for your money, but your time and attention. And that's going on right now. And then for your future card, which I really love this card. This is one of my favorite cards to see in my entire decks. This is the 10 of Cups. This is the most cups you can get. That is, it's the cream of the crop when it comes to the cups. So if you see, you've got children over here, over there playing, if I can ever get my fingers right, over here playing, and you've also got another couple right here celebrating. You've got a big, huge rainbow right here. You know, it's a very big, beautiful blue sky. It's a wonderful time. So I do believe that with what's going on, even if you are feeling even remotely financially depleted or even emotionally depleted, that all of these things will actually come crashing back to you tenfold. You've also got the King of Wands in reverse. So if you're having issues with creativity, that could definitely be a big factor in it. Because normally you see the King of Wands, he's right side up, he's got it set, he's got his chair, he's got his wand, he's got everything set. Okay, he's on a little pedestal above people. But when it's reversed, you don't really necessarily see that pedestal or anything like that. To me, this card right here just it really indicates to me that you are going to have a lot of struggles when it comes to any sort of creativity getting off the ground. So because of what's going on with everything emotionally, I would definitely go ahead and tell you that you might want to find time for you. Do you time, because that will help you out more than you may know. And with the Judgment card as another card, it's also a reversed card. This is a legal card. Okay. This is for legal stuff. Right side up, it would be in your favor. Reversed, it's not necessarily in your favor. That doesn't necessarily mean that any sort of legal outcome will be bad or anything like that. Uh, but I would definitely keep an eye on it. Okay. And then for your last and final card, you've actually got the Six of Wands in reverse. Again, another creative card. You, girl, you need to find you time. You need to put you as a priority. Um, I feel like the first half of your reading is you're giving and you're giving and you're giving and you're giving. And the second half is because of your giving so much, you're being harmed. And I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But I really do think that you should definitely sit down, meditate, have some you time. I think that it would benefit you in so many ways and on so many levels. I really, really do. I think that that even picking up pen and paper right now just to write down a a short story will help invigorate that creative mind. I believe that sitting there and picking up some paints, whether it's to paint a nightstand or a chair or the porch, not that I would recommend painting a porch right now because it's the rainy season, not the point though. Um, I just and I think that you need to do this alone. I think that doing it alone will definitely help. I think that I think you need to find yourself. And I think that that is what that reading is saying. You're giving and you're giving and you're giving. And if you keep on giving, you won't have enough left for yourself. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but that is what I see when I read those cards. Um, but yeah, so we're going to go on to purifying our cards and shuffling them. And we've got about 10 minutes, well, about 8 minutes now before I end this broadcast. I've got people that should be showing up anytime now if they're here. I've heard the dogs go off once, so it wouldn't surprise me if the people were here. And I've got dinner that I've got to go ahead and get started and all that jazz. And y'all know, you know, life, man, life. I'm actually really impressed with this reading, this particular live stream today, because I didn't know how many people would pop in, and I didn't know how many tarot readings I'd actually be able to give today. Because when we first started, not too slow, like Apex was here and whatnot, which was awesome. So I was able to give him another reading, and yeah. But I was worried that we might have to cut it short and that I'd have to start up again later on this week, which is no problem. But I like being able to actually just sit down here and give all of my attention to my viewers and be able to say, "Hey, this is what's up." You know? Thank you, Virginia. Thank you. I've actually really been enjoying giving these readings. It's been something that I've always wanted to do, and it's been something that I've wanted to expand my channel to for quite some time. And I bought a brand new webcam just for live streaming because the one that I had that I have on my laptop, it is not good and it is very blurry and it doesn't show my pretty little board, and it doesn't show the cards very well. So I wanted to go ahead and give everybody the ability to see their cards, not just by me holding them up, but actually be able to see them on the board and whatnot. But yeah. And we will be doing live stream tarot readings pretty much every Tuesday. I'm going to try to make it earlier in the day, but life happens. I was originally going to do Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but I just really like the sound of Tarot Tuesday. You know, it has a good ring. So I think that that is what we are going to aim to do. And yeah, Virginia, it's been something that I've wanted to do for a while. I feel like it will help me not only learn the tarot cards a lot easier, but I feel like it'll also help me interact with my viewers a lot more. And to answer questions that have nothing to do with tarot cards, but have something to do with witchcraft, because there's still a lot of videos out there that I haven't gotten done. That it's not that I don't want to do them, but setting down the exact time to do them is a little bit more difficult. So lately I've been trying to reschedule my schedule to be able to do the readings and do my videos and whatnot. And puppies being born out here didn't help. It was a very active week. Um, but during that week, it actually inspired me to go ahead and start the live stream. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Oh, and again, as a warning to everybody, if you're going to use loose leaf herbs to burn, I highly recommend being very careful. Okay, because you can get ashes everywhere, which ash might not be a problem, but if you get a burning ember, that can be a problem. Okay, well, all it takes is one little ember. And I also recommend using something that will be very good for fire resistance or fire safe. I use abalone shell because it holds heat really well and it tends not to. Oh, good morning, Platoon. How are you doing? It tends not to go ahead and crack or anything like that. So yeah, just a little safety tip in there. Nobody wants a house to burn down or anything. Yeah, we did lose one. I wasn't very enthusiastic about it. But at the same time, with this being Jilly Bean's last litter, as bad as this might sound, I'm actually kind of relieved because it makes it to where she has more time for the other puppies. Um, and she's a brilliant mom. She's absolutely brilliant, wonderful mother. So, and actually, Platoon, you caught us at the very tail end of this. I've got like 3 minutes before I shut this down because I've got to get dinner started and we've got company that is either here or coming here, something like that. I'm not sure. So I kind of sort of was just like, yo, boss man, I need like an hour and a half. And so, you know, yeah, kind of like, well, oh, dude, I didn't even tell you. We've now got a cat on property, and I'm so not used to having a cat here. Like yeah, it's been a crazy day for me today. Today has been a crazy day, and it's only going to get longer, which is fine. I'll be up until like 3 in the morning because that seems to be my schedule. But yeah, and I mean, like I said, Virginia, I'm not trying to be mean when I say that it's kind of relieving that one of the puppies passed away, but at the same time, Jilly Bean is getting older. I think that by giving her the ability to actually concentrate on less puppies, it'll help her out in the long run and it'll help the puppies out in the long run. And hopefully, because the last litter that we had, I actually had the puppies, mainly the runts of the litter. And I mean, that was fine. But if I don't have to do that this round, I am more than game on not having to do that because that bond with the babies, I get to bond with them when they're no longer on the tip. And so I feel like because most of the puppies will be sold, it's the mommy and puppies time. They need to have that bond. I've read so many stories about people selling other puppies from their mom and whatnot, and how suddenly litter mates will meet each other in a park and they've not seen each other since they were separated, but they knew exactly who each other was. And I've seen it happen. I've seen stories about mommies going out and taking a walk with their owners and whatnot and coming across their babies and recognizing who they are. So that's one of the reasons why I try to insist on her having this time. However, if I do end up having to bottle feed them, that is what it is. But so far she's doing everything beautifully. It doesn't look like I have to do anything like that, which is nice. It's nice. I don't know who Aaron Stream is. I'll have to ask Hawk about that and see. It was a very long labor. It's one of the longest labors I've ever had to deal with when it comes to animals and dogs in general. And Jilly Bean, she's always been a champ when it comes to popping out those pups. Like, it's just back to back to back. You know what I mean? There might be an hour in between a pup, but not very likely. She's always been one of those dogs where one puppy pops out, 20, 30 minutes later there's another one, maybe 40 minutes later. So this last labor was definitely pretty intense for her, and I'm truly grateful and glad that it will be her last. Just, you know, and again, I don't try to sound mean or cruel when I say I'm kind of glad that that puppy passed away, because it'll give Jilly Bean time for the other pups. She's only got 11 or 12 teats, so that only leaves 2 extra teats for whatever, and so this way, at least she'll have a third that hopefully they'll be able to bounce back and forth, and it won't affect her as much. Because the last litter she had, I actually had to take, warm washcloths and, hold them at her breast, because they weren't, clotting up or anything like that, but they were getting really, really, really hard, and it wasn't just the milk that was in there, it was like the milk was having a hard time coming out. So, but yeah, we're going to actually end this live stream here in a second. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I enjoyed giving everybody tarot readings. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I've been really enjoying this deck. This has been my newest deck that I've gotten. It was my birthday present to myself. Um, and I love it because it's so gentle. It gives answers so gently that I I love it. It's amazing. So anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I might be on other people's live streams tonight. I'm not sure. We'll find out though. Anyways, thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Blessed be, and bye for now. Oh, and you're welcome, Virginia.